to be profitable. And we just done it, all fine. Hey guys, it's still me, Anna, baby trader, and we are right here on a Quotex platform. We're gonna test our strategies and see how it's gonna be working. Today is gonna be simple from the first side to indicator-based strategy, but actually when you're gonna test it, when you're gonna use it, and when you're gonna just try, to get out the maximum out of that strategy, you would actually may find some problems in it. Let's test it and see how we actually can maybe improve it a little bit. And here we are, just our management and control center. 10 seconds candles, just the simple candles, nothing more, nothing special. Super trend, and we're gonna change the period. It's gonna be just like that and make it more thick. And you know that super trend is not perfectly working, especially when you're putting all your chart to be closer. So it actually just an additional indicator in many cases. And here is gonna be the RSI and the currency pairs with the biggest payouts. It's just simple and working as always. This time it's 87%, not bad, I would say. And here we are. This is it. I would say it actually, I don't know, if you think about that strategy, it is quite easy one, but when you know that you're gonna be controlling all the chart and handling just with the one indicator, it's gonna be a little bit more complicated than we think. Let's start. And here we are. Look at that. Look of all of that going on. I would say here super trend is giving us the info, and maybe that's the only one and the perfect situation for that, maybe not. And look please just at RSI. A little bit complicated, just the one line, and this line is the green one, and sometimes when you are just trading after some strategies, it's giving you a little bit wrong impressions. But what we need to remember, what we need actually to think when we look at that indicator, first of all, position, just regarding the these two lines and two numbers of it, like 30 and 70 in that case, where it's actually located. We are right here in some not a perfect position, just because we are just in the middle, and yep, there are some tendencies even out of chart that we are getting downward. And this super trend could actually mislead you a little bit, because when you just look at this super trend, and we just done it, when you just look at this super trend and then this orange candle, it seems like the tendency just started. But if you look to the whole chart, you may see that the tendency were in the middle when we entered. And I would say that just the guessing, just the experience and my own feelings that it's going to be just like that, and the repeating of the pattern and somehow. But this indicator didn't give us enough, kind of qualified, and I don't know how to say that, info that it's just going to be like that, and we are in the safe position. The next one, look at that still, and super trend showing us we're getting downward, and because this is just actually regarding the whole position of that chart, the whole location of it. But RSI and the all candles just showing us we are at the peak, and we gotta get upward. And I would risk, and I made this bad, and I would say that super trend may actually just change, just right now, right here. But you may see it already that there was just a peak or just the level, and regarding that level, we are at the bottom position. So that's why super trend gonna give us that info that we are located lower. And here is supposed to be, some changing in the chart that it's gonna change, or some stable movement, like a tendency, some continuous movement that it's going to be rising and rising and rising, and you may see it with the RSI. Yep, the whole thing was like we are rising, but I wouldn't say drastically we are rising, but remaining on the same level. I mean, that was a little bit, I didn't get it actually. What I had it as a profile, because it seemed to me that I supposed to be losing, because there was like a orange candle, and actually it was way more below my estimated level, because I was actually a little bit late just to make this bad, but I don't know. I don't know. So I decided just to leave it like that, because this is the situation, you know, it's just for me. I won, I didn't lose, and it's fine. Let's forget about that. But you've seen that. I don't know what that actually been. Maybe there was like a tiny movement that I didn't see, that I couldn't actually catch because the candles were still playing. And please don't forget that these candles are just 10 seconds, and that's important. That's quite important for that strategy, also for that super trend. And I would say that's why we may see the super trend a little bit more and a little bit better than the 30 seconds. Anyway, I made my bet for the downward trend, not because of the super trend, just because I've been predicting it's gonna be still the falling. I actually been planning that it's gonna be a little bit longer, and I don't like that tiny peak that I'm having. But if you may see it on some of the figures and patterns, we had this like a step and a ladder situation, and I just do hope it's gonna be all fine. It's all fine. I'm just lucky because yep, this is just the falling was the previous one, but this time it's a little bit more smooth, and now we just started to rise. Gosh. Raising the bet and making it. Here, I would say, I do expect this is just the beginning of the trend, or maybe not the very beginning, but the beginning. And RSI showing us we're gonna get downward. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be just clear and smooth. I would add CCI here. I think it would work perfectly. Not even about the super trend, but about the RSI and CCI, because it would give us the info about how actually drastically it would be. And what about the RSI? Not a bad indicator, one of the easy reading indicator, and that's important. But actually, here's lots of reaction on all of the candles. So I would say it is possible to predict what's going on, because you may see that the candles are actually switching and changing, but RSI giving us the, especially now, because we are like at the bottom, here's just a few green candles, but RSI was showing us that we're gonna be just right here. It's not gonna be that drastic, but I would say this is like, you know, just in time indicator, and for prediction, that's a little bit not enough. And the last one, I'm a little bit confused after that situation where I was supposed to be losing, but I won. I don't know, it feels like a little bit, I don't know, feels like, doesn't feel like I am handling that with all awareness, you know, of what actually going on right here. Again, entered in the beginning of the tendency, you may see that here is just the perfect pattern, and we just getting upward, then long downward, then smoothly, or sometimes also drastically upward, and then just drastically downward. Look at the RSI, sorry, I just started to call it the CCI. And the thing is that actually, yep, it is playing and getting right here and right there, but the whole tendency anyway, it is getting downward, and I just hope it's gonna be enough. Yet it's gonna be just enough to get a little bit more and longer downward, just to collect all four of them to be profitable. Yeah, we just done it. We finished. I'm confused. So guys, I actually predicted that it's gonna be a little bit complicated, but in the end of it, yeah, that's the complicated, and I just recommended you, for example, a CCI, and it's gonna be a good combo. But don't think that these strategies, which is actually not sufficient, you know, for be the perfect one, is not working. It is working. Sometimes you see, you don't know what's going on, and I think even Quotex don't know what's going on. But I would say I'm not gonna ask them what actually been right there, even me recording all the, you know, the best that I'm doing, just because this time it ended just, you know, with my profit. But if it would be the situation where it actually gonna be ending with my losses, I don't think I'm gonna fight for that. So anyway, test the strategy. If you are the fan or some type of strategies like that, or some indicators, This is just all and up on you. Test it and just give me some, I don't know, feedback. How was it for you?